is Radio Romania International. You are listening to our one-hour broadcast in English for listeners in Western Europe and Japan. We can also be heard on the internet at www.rri.ro Channel 1. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter and other social media platforms. Our programs are also available on TuneIn and via satellite Eutelsat 16A on 11,512 MHz vertical polarization, azimuth 16 degrees east. Symbol rate 29,950 mega symbols per second, standard DVB-S2, modulation 8 PSK, audio PID 510. We wish you good reception conditions.
Hello, I'm Priscilla Matescu with the news. Today's headlines. Romania reports a rising COVID infection rate. More hospitals will be built in Romania over the next 4 years using European funds, says Prime Minister Florin Câțu. And several Romanian players are in competition in the Dubai WTA tennis tournament, which got underway on Sunday. More than 1.17 million people have been vaccinated against COVID-19 in Romania, where a new batch of over 224,000 Pfizer and BioNTech doses is being delivered on Monday. Almost 3,300 new COVID cases were recorded in this country on Sunday, with the total number of infections now passing 828,000 and the death toll 20,900. Some 1,100 COVID patients are in intensive care. Amid rising infection rates, the Education and Health Ministries issued a joint order saying that pupils in their final years will continue to go to school even if Romania enters the red tier, in a combination of remote and in-person learning. This decision remains in place until the infection rate hits 6 cases per 1,000 inhabitants, when it will be reviewed. Wearing face masks in class is mandatory, with the exception of music school pupils studying wind instruments, of all children during physical exercise classes, and of preschool children. A few counties are in the red zone, reporting more than 3 cases per 1,000 inhabitants over the course of 14 days, namely Timiș, Maramureș, Ilfov, Cluj and Brașov. The capital, Bucharest, has also re-entered the red zone, with restaurants and cafes now closed for business indoors. The western city of Timișoara and 4 neighboring villages will go into lockdown on Sunday midnight because of high infection rates. A few hundred people staged a protest on Sunday in Bucharest against draft legislation on vaccination under debate in Parliament. Romania will build more hospitals in the next 4 years using European funds. This promise was made by Prime Minister Florin Câțu, who said he would like this to be a legacy of his government. He explained that the only condition for using the European money is for the new hospitals to be finalized by 2026, just like the other projects carried out under the EU's Recovery and Resilience Facility, under which Romania can benefit from 30 billion euros worth of funding. Câțu said this instrument will be simple and transparent, and that private projects and entities will also be eligible for funding alongside public companies and institutions. Prime Minister Câțu said earlier that education would receive some 9% of the budget of the Recovery and Resilience Fund, while healthcare will receive some 3 billion euros. On the final day of his historic trip to Iraq, Pope Francis met on Sunday members of the Christian community in northern Iraq. In Mosul, amid the ruins of the churches destroyed by the Islamic State jihadist organization, the pontiff said the Christians' exodus from the Middle East was an incalculable loss. The occupation of a third of Iraq's territory by the Islamic State from 2014 to 2017 was the latest episode in a series of conflicts that drove most Iraqi Christians into exile. Today, only 400,000 of the country's inhabitants identify as Christians, compared with 1.3 million in 2003, before the US-led invasion. The proportion of women holding seats in the national parliaments of EU member states grew from 21% in 2004 to 33% in 2020, according to statistics published by Eurostat. Although this percentage varies significantly across the Union, no country has more women than men in parliament. Last year, the highest proportion of women in parliament was recorded in Sweden, almost 50%, Belgium 43% and Spain 42%, while Hungary and Malta had the lowest percentages, both 13%, alongside Romania in the Czech Republic with 20%. With respect to the proportion of women in government in 2020, Finland had the highest level with 55%, followed by Austria with 53%, Sweden with 52%, France with 51% and Belgium with 50%, while the lowest numbers were recorded in Malta with 8%, Greece with 11%, Estonia with 13% and Romania with 17%. Eurostat published this report ahead of International Women's Day on the 8th of March. Several Romanian players are in competition at the Dubai WTA tennis tournament worth $1.84 million in prize money, and which got underway on Sunday. Sorana Cârstă and Patricia Sig went straight to the main draw, while Ana Bogdan and Irina Begu had to go through the qualifiers. Two Romanian players are also in competition in the doubles. Simona Halep, the winner of the Dubai Singles Trophy in 2020, is not playing this year. And that was the news.